All right, we're live. Good morning, real closers. Good morning. Welcome back. Another, again,
Good
Coffee
morning.
with
Good morning.
Closers. Every Wednesday, 8:30, we talk about different things, marketing. We talk about, Facebook ads, conversion, systems in the back end that you should be implementing to get more business. And today we're going to talk about a very nice topic, right? We're going to talk about how to become or how to be, or what do you need to do today, right, in order to be omnipresent, right? And we talked about this, right, Marcus? Why don't we get started?
Yeah. The marketing agent today has to consider that there is a shift, right? There is a shift in the market. We all know that it's here. And your messaging never needed to be so clear because people will naturally gravitate towards whoever's in front of them. And unfortunately, if the wrong news is in front of them, their social is infiltrated by the wrong things, that's what they're going to pick up on. That's the energy they're going to pick up on. And naturally, they're going to be in a, let's just say not a good flow, not a good energy flow. Like there's going to be fear resonating on the back of their minds, inflation, interest rates climbing, et cetera, et cetera. But if you are somebody who's focusing with an omnipresence in mind and you're leveraging tools like remarketing, now you're becoming the bearer of good news. And it's, in a sense, you are a consultant, but your marketing has to be able to shift that message. And your messaging has to be clear, and not only in the way you are attracting new leads through top of funnel and through social media, but on how you're cultivating the database you already have. And so your messaging in there has to be clear and help guide them and steer them and let them know what's even possible. And again, we've talked about this over and over again before. It's leading in such a way where you're also obviously leading with integrity and you have a level of empathy, because the key is they're always going to be picking up on people that live that way, because we're all, whether we know it or not, we're filtering through the BS, because we're bombarded 24/7 with new shiny bells and whistles and people trying to gravitate or get our business. So if you want to be that person who is the agent that stands out in your market, the need to be omnipresent has never been so clear. And this is why, I respect people that are cutting edge and trendsetters. Let's talk about someone, for example, that we are very closely associated to, Krista Mayshore. Krista Mayshore, for example, is a digital marketing queen. And what I love most about her is she won't even let any of her agents that buy into her program start lead generation until they've mastered the idea of reaching people through social media, boosting, reaching, video content, video marketing, because she knows and understands the power of your brand and being recognized. And many people have had tremendous success that way, even in their first few years, because they were dominating that market presence, becoming a personality that could be trusted. And so when the leads start generating, they already felt like they knew that person, that know, like, trust model. So that's where I'm seeing tomorrow, for example, we're bringing on Eric from Agent Launch, and he specializes in Google SEO and YouTube. So the idea, like some of our best agents now, they understand the power of Meta, Facebook, Instagram. Now they're actually tapping into the Google SEO and to YouTube. Many have the TikTok, all of that, because the truth is, like, you just want to be everywhere. And if anything, COVID exacerbated the digital needs, right? We're all more connected more than ever. We're probably on our phones more than ever. We are more on our phones more than ever. And that you just got to be where people are. And even in your email marketing and your advertising, right? Your database is your goal, but a lot of people, they suck because they are building a database, but they're not cultivating it. They're really measuring the success of the interactions inside of it. Tools will help you do that. Things like HomeBot, for example, they give you these weekly score sheets that show you who's interacting with what, and it kind of just pings you. And you have to have those smart plans. You have to have those smart systems. I don't care what your CRMs are, whether it's FollowBoss, Chime, KV Core, like whatever you use, figure it out. BombBomb, for example, will show your tracking, show your opens, show what videos are being played, what links people are clicking on. right? The need to really go in there and have systems in place, the right integrations, the right tech stack. This idea of omnipresence is needed, but you have to actually be willing to put in the work for it. There's not a one button, like a, push the red button and everything kind of falls into place. It's like, you'll have to work on it. And most of the best agents that I've seen, they're hungry, they're humble, they never feel like they've arrived, and they're always eager to actually learn more. And right now it is a market where you have to adapt, and you have to just, if anything, this is the time to actually collaborate with the best out there and see what people are doing and how they're adapting in this market and what they're doing to stand out. Because those are the ones that are going to be continuing getting the most business, where unfortunately many agents are going to fall and, probably fizzle out or have to move into another industry because they won't be able to make it. So that's the message. It's the message of omnipresence. The marketing agent right now really has to consider what their message is. The need for video has never been so clear, and you have to be, even if it's not comfortable for you, you got to do it, right? You just got to do it. Like I've seen many people hesitate. I'm like, you don't want to be a late adapter in this. Like, yeah, your authentic voice has to be needed so clearly. Like they need to see you, they need to feel you. That body language and tonality has got to be a part of it. There's no way you're going to do it otherwise. You can't just generate a bunch of leads and you just be a brand or a symbol.
You know what? I do talk to people, and I've talked to a few people over the last few weeks who want to get into, into ads, paid ads, whether it's Facebook, Google, PPC, and things like that. And I always tell them two things, right? You either pay for leads, which is a predictable way to bring in leads through your funnel. And of course, you need to figure out, your conversion rate from lead to conversation, from conversation to appointment to conversion, right? A final close deal, right? And that could be some math that you have to work and then put more money into it. Or you could build your brand through social media. It's free, but then you have to put in time. It's not going to be easy. And we talked about this on Mondays, right? We talk about this on Mondays, where building your brand is about consistency, posting content that engages with people, utilizing video, like you said, right? Video and being omnipresent, right? There's so many social media platforms, and you don't have to be on all of them. Or if you want to, it's so much easier now. You could create a video on TikTok, for example, download that video, post it to Instagram Reels, post it to Facebook Reels, right? So you can use the same content, reuse, and just be everywhere, And again, you want to resonate with your database. Now that you've built the database, you kind of have to be omnipresent, top of mind, if you want to get results from that database, right?
Yeah, no, you said it best. I mean, and trust me, I don't like it either. I mean, I'm not someone who just like, it's easy for me to make video content. I just hate the editing down part of it and uploading.
That's why I just do that lives, and now these lives that we're doing here is creating more content, because now I figured out that, hey, these live videos that you do, you could just take little snippets, and now you can create TikToks out of it, Reels out of it, right?
That's the ticket. When you get to a place where you can actually delegate and leverage it out and have somebody do that for you, right? That would be the nice part. In the beginning, you kind of have to put on all those hats, and maybe, I don't know, who are speaking to you right now. And that's the agent that I understand your frustration. It's a lot of work, but trust me, it'll pay off. And after a while, as you start getting to the point where you are successful and making money, you pour that back into your business, right? Like that's exactly. The key, is put it right back into things that you don't want to do, so that you can be doing what you really want to do, which is being in a relationship with people. Like, I think that's the be all. Figure out what that one thing is. What's that one thing you do really well? And continue to try to tap into that. Let that be your power play. And then as you get more successful, you just hire out all the things that you don't want to do. Right? But you have to understand the marketing side of this is key. Like, marketer first. I really believe that nowadays those are going to thrive, and this has kind of become our natural avatar, our agents who like to be marketers, right? They want to build a database. they are interested in being omnipresent. And this is all, like, listen, if you're interested, that's right there. We can teach you how, but you want to be omnipresent. You want to build, right? You're somebody who's like, I need to leverage, I need to build, I need systems and tech stacks that help, save me time, right? Because that's the whole idea. That's what we're doing. We're scaling and we're delegating, and we want to build a team. We want to learn new strategies. We're looking to collaborate with the best people out there. We're looking to R&D, which means rip off and duplicate and make it, and then customize. Rip off, duplicate, customize. Like, see what's working. Say, yes, I'll do that. Don't copy it verbatim. Just say, hey, what they're doing, this method seems to be working very well for them. And there's so many free events now. So many webinars, so many people just giving it away. Like, we're big supporters of agents helping agents, right? It's the collaborative communities that you need to be looking for. It's the people that are not, get away from scarcity mindsets, get away from people that are like hoarding all that information. And that's not the agents that's going to make it anymore. The agents that are making it are the agents that are giving away all their information because they know most people won't put in the work that they did to get there.
Exactly. And that's one thing that we keep repeating, right? It takes work. It's not going to be easy. Building your brand, staying top of mind, picking up the phone, making those phone calls, sending that text message, creating that video. It takes time. You have to plan it out. It's going to be consistency and it's going to take time. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to grow your business, and this doesn't, again, resonate with every agent, right? There's a lot of agents right now who are killing it without having to create video content, right? Because they already built that brand without even realizing it. And people just know them, right? But you want to keep scaling, you want to keep growing. It doesn't hurt to add, a different branding strategy just to keep you in line with today, right? Today, everybody's on video, everybody's on social media, right? It's so much easier to leverage social media to target your existing audience, right? As easy as, again, we talked about retargeting with Facebook, right? You just load up a list of your contacts and you create an ad and it goes directly to your audience, right? Create a live video, share it on Facebook, take that live video and chop it up and create even more content, right? Again, work. There's a lot of things you have to do. And even for the new agent, right? And it's work and consistency, right? Because now you have to look at, hey, there's a lot of people doing this and it's working for them. If you're going to give it a try it for at least 90 to 180 days, right? 3 to 6 months of consistent work, and you should be able to see the same results as someone else is seeing, right? And again, Mark is saying there's so many free events that you can go to now. If you go to a bunch of them, you're going to get little nuggets, right? You're going to get little things from each one. You're going to meet different people. You're going to click with different people. You're going to find what you are good at, because whatever Marcus is good at, I could probably do the same thing and it may not work. Even if I try for 3 months, 6 months, it may not work, but maybe all it takes is maybe let's talk to Marcus and find out, hey, Marcus, can you give me a few pointers, right? And we talk about leveraging, right?
Yeah, leveraging. Yeah. Leverage, collaborate, right? I'm looking at, so December 8th, we're hosting an event called the Fourth Quarter Blitz. And it's how to finish your year on fire. A lot of people want to, put their foot on the brakes during the holidays, and understandably so. I get it. It's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas. Let's enjoy family, friends, right? But this is the time to prepare too, and this is the time to really get your message clear, to get your systems in place, to consider how you are going to handle and thrive in this market shift. So let me just share with you some of the topics that we're going to be talking about December 8th. And, you
want to put it up on the screen or?
Well, I will just tell you, and as it gets closer, we'll talk more about it. But we've got, okay, attract, connect, and convert more buyers and sellers. Like, okay, everybody wants that. 5 must-dos to crush the market shift in 23, business planning, beginning with the end in mind, cadence and productivity, how to actually go about achieving your goals when you don't feel like it. Triple your lead conversion with this simple email marketing strategy. Back to the basics and this market shift. 10 ways to keep in touch with your past clients and referrers, right? This is already stuff you're like, oh, yeah, right? Because all those are going to be helping your business. Video marketing, why it works, and 4 easy strategies, or planning your video efforts for 2023. Time management, systems, what to use and how to use them. CRM, BombBomb, HomeBot, Thanks.io, newsletters. Like, this is all the type of stuff that's going to help you. Niche marketing and database marketing, follow-up strategy and remarketing, retargeting, the power of your database. From broken to breakthrough, how to lead your community through challenging times. See, all of this is already, people should be like, which I want that one, I want that one. And much more. Using your CRM to nurture social leads, the state of the market, cathedral mentality, and mindset of growth on a grand scale, the future of follow-up, how to stop being salesy and start attracting your client avatar, market shift, how to convert more leads in a shifting market, right? So those in itself should get people excited. We have about 20 plus speakers, and everything, every part of your business, whether it's your integrations, whether it's your digital marketing strategies, whether it's your remarketing, whether it's, hiring ISAs and VAs to scale, and what their role should be and how you should be training them, because the communication has to be so clear at this moment, and you can't use messaging from back in the summer when the hot market, where everybody was putting their house on the market and it was salesy. Any person, any agent could have had their license and sold a house. When it becomes a market like this, the best agents thrive. And it's because they're constantly tapping into this type of training. They're hungry, they're adaptable, they're always learning. Always be learning. Always be learning.
Always be learning, right? I was talking to not a real estate agent, but an LO who told me that he wanted to take a break because the time was a little tougher. So he was trying to do something different, right? And the reason for it, he said that there's a lot of competition right now. And I actually talked to him again, and I'm like, actually, there is less competition now because a lot of people are dropping off. I mean, especially that I've seen in the mortgage side of things. A lot of LOs who started, 2 years ago, year and a half ago, where it was a refinancing boom, right? A lot of companies hiring, a lot of people close millions and millions in volume of transactions of only refinancing, right? And now that that's gone, there's still people refinancing today. So it's not completely gone, but now it's a much less, right? And because of that, they don't know what to do. So there's one guy I'm talking to today. He left the mortgage industry. He's doing something completely different because he started into that refi boom, right? And now, unfortunately, there's no business. There is no relationships built, right? And that's what this business is about, building those relationships, whether you do it through your branding, leveraging teams, leveraging people, leveraging these events that like this one you're putting together, right? There's so much content. If you can put 10-15% of the content that you get to work, put in the work, start seeing those results, and then start putting more of that to work, and then that's it. I mean, it's just being consistent, putting in the work over time. You get those results.
Yeah. Find a community, get into mastermind scenarios every single week, find mentors, right? Get around people that are extremely successful, experienced, and trendsetters, right? That's it. I mean, the concept is easy enough. It's just the work that's hard for people. And that's why I think if you feel like overwhelmed with that, just find a community, get a mentor, and start with the basic steps, right? Like we do these masterminds every week that we're about to get into, and if you pull a couple nuggets from those masterminds every single week, right? How many weeks are in a year? Like how many things
are raised inch by inch, right? You start little by little.
And that's a top of funnel. This is why this is why I'm calling this event the fourth quarter blitz, and why we're going to do one in February called the Super Bowl Summit, because I love the game of football, and I understand it's such a great metaphor for top of funnel. You have to, The inches are everywhere. You remember that speech in Any Given Sunday, Al Pacino?
Yeah, what
Right?
was that? You said the inch by inch, or
Yeah, it's like it's you gotta crawl and fight for every inch, right? Because those inches make or break you. It's the difference between a first down or a touchdown or the defense taking over, right? It really is, and this is the top of funnel especially. It's like, okay, I can generate leads. That's the first step. But then everyone thinks these leads are just magically fall into place. No, these leads are top of funnel. They're database. You're leading with value. You're sharing. You're giving. You're educating. These aren't people that are just saying, today I want to sell. Today I want to buy. No, they want to be educated. They want what they asked for. And they had no clue that there was a person behind it that was going to be starting to market to them. So how you market, how you advertise, how you actually nurture that lead says everything about if you're going to get their business.
right?
In today's, truly the people dominating that space know the power of serving, not selling. And that has to be the message throughout. The service that you provide, the education that you're giving, as you're becoming a guiding light in this market, as things are changing, and letting them know what's even possible. And they see it, and when they resonate with that, and they sense your integrity, and where you're really trying to do is just help every person. Not one person's unique and different. Well, I mean, I would say every person's unique and different in their story, but how you approach that is the same. And then soon you see it, like the beginning is a conversation starter and a thank you, and how can I get even more service to you? And before you know it, they're calling you, they're texting you, they're emailing you, they're ready. A lot of people don't have the patience for it, and that's why I say a lot of people aren't going to be successful when they're trying to do this, because they want quick results.
Yeah, and I mean, it goes back to, it's going to take time. We started a series actually last week, or this last Monday, with Gustavo from Power ISA. We had part 2 of how to get leads free from Facebook. And that's one of the things that we talk about, right? You have to at least give this a try for at least 90 days, right? It works. It's building your brand through, like, using Facebook, for example, and doing it free. It works.
Honestly, I wouldn't even, if it were up to me, I wouldn't even let people do this unless they're committed for a year.
Yeah,
because there's going to be ups and downs in the beginning, and your systems, maybe your first 90 days about building systems, and then the 90 to 180, you're really like getting good at not only leveraging your systems, but actually creating great conversations. And you can see some success, right? You can see some success in the first week. You can see some success in the first 90 days, easy. But a lot of the time you're getting lucky if you do. But where it really starts to pour out, like, it's when people have really invested their time to learn the top of funnel. And anyone that stays beyond a year, at least in my experience, because I've been at this since 2015, those are the people that become legends in the industry.
Oh, no, and don't get me wrong. I mean, we do, you need to be at least invested, 3 to 6 months to get it going. But yeah, of course, you want to continue results. You kind of have to keep it over time, right? Year, 2 years. And those are the ones that are consistent with their lead sources.
We have a legend, a gal named Donna, that out of Fort Worth, Texas, that has done hundreds of deals, and she stays away from the limelight now, or the spotlight. But because we don't want to, because she was getting so much attention when we said, hey, you should talk to this person. But you could see these repeat and referral businesses, like, she got into it early, and all of a sudden hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, like, she was building, and they would sell and then buy and then sell again. So this cycle, and she wasn't even a caller. She just had such a brilliant strategy and stayed in contact with them and front and center and leveraged video from the very beginning. People got to know her, and she's really good at it. She posts something every day. Every single day she asks a question to engage people on Facebook. It's just a fun question, but it's consistent. They expect it, and they come to learn to love it, right? And so little strategies here and there that you pick up from seeing, study each individual that you find as an influencer. Study their personal Facebooks. So this says a lot about them. Their business page is a whole nother ballgame, but I think this is the key, is like, nowadays you're kind of really considering mixing the two and becoming somebody that because they're going to follow you. They may not be your friends, but now there's a follow option on Facebook.
Yeah.
anyways, good stuff today, Roberto. We'll
Yeah, for
plan
sure, man.
something where we'll have someone over in the future, and we'll start sharing, because it's one thing for us to talk about it, but we actually have an agent working. People will definitely resonate with that.
Yeah, for sure. Let's plan it out. Let's plan it out for sure, man. Thank you for being here today, and I'll see you next week.
See you soon.
All right. Have a good one.